Hey there, welcome back to Comfy Cat Yoga. My name is Phoenix, and today we're on day 8 of our Mellow Movement Challenge. This week, things are going to start picking up a little bit. Since we're more established in our practice now, we're going to move on to just slightly different, slightly harder asanas and flows this week. So that starts with today. We're going to do a pretty short, like 15-20 minute core focused flow. All of our movements are going to be on our mat, so there's not going to be any standing movements. So be sure you grab a blanket, maybe grab some blocks, and if that sounds good to you, roll out a mat and we'll get started. We're going to start, like we always do, in a nice seated, comfortable position. You can have your legs bent, maybe have them out in front of you. It's whatever you would like. We're just going to take a few moments to ground our breath before we move into our core exercises. So breathing in and out through the nose, maybe in and out through the mouth. It's whatever you need to do for your body today. Keeping those breaths nice and even. Inhales should be just as long as the exhales and vice versa. Awesome job. We're going to try something that may feel a little silly, but is an excellent way to ground the breath. We're going to do some lion breathing today. So you're going to inhale all the way through your nose. And then on your exhale, you're going to stick your tongue all the way out and breathe out like you're fogging a window as hard as you can. So inhaling, getting all that breath, and exhaling. And our lion breath. It might be a little silly and weird at first, but it is an excellent grounding breath. Let's do a couple more. One more. Awesome job. Now that we're all grounded and focused on our breathing, we're going to start moving into a little bit more difficult stuff. So we're going to come to a laying down position. I know, a little strange. Usually we are in seated positions first, but we're going to start in a grounded position just like this. Interlacing our fingers on our stomach and noticing our breath going in and out here. We are going to bend our left leg, interlacing our fingers over the knee and pulling that leg up towards our chest. Once your leg is here, go ahead and try to lift your shoulders off of the mat while keeping your knee in the same position. This is going to engage our upper abdominals. And remember to breathe normally. A lot of these core exercises, you're going to want to hold your breath, but try to force your way through that and keep a nice, grounded, even breath throughout the entire practice. It's not very long, so I believe in you. Go ahead and exhale, coming back down to the mat and releasing that knee. We're going to bend the right knee this time, interlacing the fingers over the knee, pulling it towards the chest. Once it's here, we're going to curl those shoulder blades up and breathe here. On your next exhale, go ahead and relax. Let that leg go down. Awesome job. Maybe bring your fingers back over your stomach. Noticing our breath again. We're going to bend both knees this time, interlacing our arms around them, and just like before, we're going to lift our shoulder blades off of the ground. Almost like we're going to go into a sit-up. Go ahead and exhale and relax. Maybe windshield wiper your knees, relieving a little bit of the tension we might have built up. We're going to flip over onto our stomach. Bringing our arms in under our shoulders. We're going to inhale, coming up into Cobra, walking the hands under the shoulder blades, facing forward, stretching our abdominals out, getting a nice stretch in our back. Breathing here. We're going to curl the toes under, send the hips up and back into a downward dog. Couldn't get through a sequence without a downward dog here. On your next exhale, bring the weight forward nice and slowly, coming into a plank. If this is too hard for you, go ahead and drop the knees and hold here instead. As slowly as you can, bend those elbows, keeping them as close to the ribs as possible, coming into our chaturanga. Resting the stomach on the ground, flattening the backs of the feet, and pushing up into our cobra. We're going to do a couple rounds of that. Stretching the abdominals out, curling the toes under, sending the hips up and back into our downward dog. Then as slowly as you can, bringing the weight forward into our plank. You might notice that your body is shaking. Mine certainly is. Then as slowly as possible, bending those elbows, bringing the body down until it's on the mat, flattening the backs of the feet, and pushing up into our cobra. We're going to do it one more time. Remember to keep breathing normally. Curl the toes under, sending the hips up and back. Downward dog. Bringing the weight slowly forward into our plank. And then slowly, slowly, slowly bending the elbows, keeping them as close to your ribs as you can. Chaturanga, dropping the stomach to the mat, flattening the backs of the feet, coming up into Cobra. Go ahead and exhale, dropping the chest to the mat. And we're going to push our weight up and back, coming into a tabletop position. Once you're here, we're going to go ahead and move into some bird dogs. We're going to straighten our right leg, keeping it engaged through the glutes, shifting all of our weight to the right hand, lifting the left hand in our bird dog. Go ahead and bring it back in. And switching to the other side, we're going to straighten the left leg, straighten the right arm, our bird dog again. Coming back in. We're going to turn onto our side here. And this asana is a little difficult, so if you end up dropping out of it, it's okay. We're moving into a side plank. So we're going to rest all of our weight onto our forearm. You can also have your arm straight. It's really up to you. I like to have my forearm on the ground. It just gives me a little bit more balance since I want to focus more on the core than I want to focus on trying to stay up in the asana. We're going to straighten our feet, stacking them on top of each other, and then using our core strength, we're going to bring some of the weight into our forearm, into a side plank. Remember to breathe. Go ahead and drop the hips. Awesome job. We're going to switch to the other side now. Straightening those feet, bringing the forearm to the mat, stacking our feet on top of one another. I do have bruises on the side of my feet, so I might fall out of this. We'll see. Then once you feel ready and stable, you're going to lift those hips, bringing some of the weight into the arm, straightening the other arm up towards the ceiling. You might find this is easier on one side than the other. Go ahead and drop the hips. Awesome job. Come into a seated position now. This is going to be our last pose for today. Hopefully this felt nice and quick, nice and easy, something to do in the morning. Just wake up your core. If you're a little wiggly like me, it's totally fine. It's just your body trying to stabilize you. Take a couple seconds to breathe here, especially if you found that you might have been holding your breath. We're going to bring our arms behind us, lifting the feet. You can keep them L'd or you can keep them straight. It's up to you. We're going to bring the knees away from the hips a little bit. And then once you feel stable, lifting the arms, maybe bringing the shoulders back a little bit more into a boat pose. Remember to breathe. Go ahead and come up and relax. Awesome job. I hope your core feels nice and awake now. We're going to come into our Savasana now. Coming into a comfortable laying down position. Hands facing up towards the sky. Bringing attention to our breath. Relaxing the feet, the legs, the hips, the spine, the back, the shoulders, the neck, the head, the arms and hands, coming into our Savasana. Maybe closing the eyes or softening the gaze. You can stay in this position for as long as you like. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers, your toes, and gently come up into a seated position. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was something nice and quick to wake up your body today. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you would like to see next, any thoughts or opinions, and I will see you in the next one. Namaste, go with peace, we'll see you later.